Did I give my camera a good old smack just as I was about to go live? Yes, I did. Hey guys. Hi, Miss Maddie. She's going outside. Okay, that's good. Oh, welcome to another chill sketchbook session. Grab your sketchbooks and your beverage of choice, or whatever project you're working on. I don't care if you want to knit or crochet or whatever it is you do. You do you. But if you want to sketch, you're welcome to come and join me. I need to find something to draw in. Where's my sketchbook? I can't see the sketchbook I was doing my Alice in Wonderland piece in last week. So that's fun. Where are we? Come on. Show me where you are. Okay, I don't have time for this. I'm just going to grab a sketchbook and we will start playing. Should we use this one? No. Ooh, let's use this one. I've been trying to finish this one for like decades. This is the oldest sketchbook I have. I started it in April 2019 and it's a chunky beast, but it's not finished yet, so yeah, I think I might try and finish this one off actually over the next couple of months. What do I fancy doing? What do I fancy drawing? Not entirely sure. Let's just double check that we are actually streaming. We are. Okay, that's good. Oh. 1 second while I didn't announce it on, I didn't put it on Discord, did I? Okay, hang on a second while I sort myself out. We're professionals. We know what we're doing. Absolutely, we know what we're doing. Here we go. See, completely professional. Here we go. Let's do a screen grab like that. Because my notifications don't work very well. I don't know if you've noticed. I mean, it's not just me, it's everybody's notifications don't work very well, but there we go. Sorted. I'm just having a look on Pinterest, on my Pinterest, to get some ideas of what to work on today. I'm kind of out of practice for the last couple of days because it's been so hot here. I don't know if you've heard. I mean, you know, everybody in Britain has been complaining about it for the last few days. Oh, that's fun. Literally 2 days of hell. I know 100 degrees isn't a lot to some of you, but we don't get 100 degrees here, and certainly not in my backyard. Okay? I am 1,000 feet above sea level, almost 1,100 feet above sea level. We are 168 miles from the coast, which is as far inland as you can get on this tiny little island that we live on. And it's never ever hit 100 degrees in the shade in my yard. That should not be happening. Anyway, I just found this cute picture of a bumblebee on Pinterest. I think I'm going to use that just as something to get me started. Look at him, isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Oh, I don't like that. I put the text chat up there and I don't like it. That's got to go. Yeah, we're not having that up there. That's distracting. We're not built for 100 degrees, no. We're built for... I mean, our average temperature in July is 70 degrees. That's our height. A really, really hot summer in the UK is 75 degrees. Yesterday it was over 40 degrees at sea, which is I think 100 almost 110 in London. But it's nice today. It's lovely today. It's beautiful. It's 21 degrees, light breeze, slightly cloudy. It's perfect summer weather today. So here we are. Okay, I just had to turn that chat off because oof. Like, oof. Hey Jane, Pelican. Grow, make, create. Hello. Stole it from the Aussies. Yeah, see, you're not really built for freezing winters, are you? Your homes are built to allow air through, mostly. You're really not meant to have... I mean, in the south, obviously, it's a lot colder, but... Yeah, especially in the north, you're not built for winter at all. This sketchbook, I found the sketchbook the other day. There's a sketchbook that has been going for a long time. I started this in April 2019 for the April Art Challenge. Oh, Ezen! Hi! Oh, you've got your own channel now. Cool. Have to go and check that out later. What do you, oh, grow, make, create. That sounds like gardening type stuff. Growing stuff. If a Canadian went to Australia, they'd be cold. Oh, where you are? In the house, yeah. Because your houses aren't built for cold temperatures. Our houses are built to keep heat in. Yours are built to keep heat out. So we suffer in the winter, in the summer, our 3 days of summer, and you suffer in your week of winter. Meanwhile, everybody in Texas goes, oh, is it only 100? That's like early morning cool for us. That's February for us. I'm like, yeah, I'll remind you of that next time you have a snowstorm and your entire infrastructure fails because you don't know how to deal with it. How quickly they forget. Anyway, let's do some sketching. Gardening and self-growth. Oh, cool. I'm not into gardening in any way, shape or form, but I like YouTube videos, so I'll check it out. Yeah, I did the April Art Challenge 2019, and then I didn't do anything else in it because somehow this book keeps disappearing. I love this book, but it's so hard to get hold of them that I like the paper so much I try not to use it very often. So I keep squirreling it away. It's an Art Alternatives book, which we can't get here. It was sent to me by somebody in America. A friend of mine in America sent it. And it's easy to get hold of over there, but it's just not sold here. It's not sold here. So I have to wait until my search alerts on eBay say, oh, hey, somebody's put one up on eBay. And then I go and grab it. So yeah, then I restarted it in April 2020. Oh, shall I show you what's in here actually? That's a Bye Bun sticker. It's one of her ghosties from the, I think, the Halloween Advent last year. Or the Advent, spooky Advent Christmas thing she did. It's just a random sticker. This is by an artist whose name I can't remember, but it's written on the back and I keep forgetting to unstick it and write the name next to it, but she's a really good artist. Oh, it's okay, that's an old address. All right, never mind. This was April Art Challenge 2019. There we go, there's this ticket for it. That was a cover-up. That's I was watching Sam the Raven on YouTube. Pete the dog trainer has a raven called Sam, and this is he. Random stuff. I think that was cover-ups. Some urban sketching. We're into May 2019. I think at the time this was the only hardback sketchbook I happened to have in this size, which is why I took it urban sketching with me. Just lots of, it's just kind of a sketchbook journal. My dog, my puppy dog. My other puppy dog, but it doesn't look anything like her. It's horrendous. That's covering up an even worse picture. Let's not. This is from a tutorial on Patreon, I believe. Yes, we were drawing different types of chalices. There you go. Hey, Rish. Bit of journaling. Oh, this was during lockdown. That's why I picked it up again. During lockdown, I picked this book up again. And I did the April Art Challenge, and I did, we went virtual walking on Urban Sketches on Google Maps. Bit of journaling. Something from a magazine. Cheshire Cat. A cat. No, that's a cat. I know that it may seem like it's a picture of a hamster, maybe even a Pikachu, something, guinea pig perhaps, but no, it was meant to be a cat. So then we realised that we couldn't draw cats and we thought we better do some practice. I think this was also a Patreon tutorial. Just random bits, tested my Copics out, liked them on this paper. And then I came back to this book for the April Art Challenge. So this was, yeah, I stopped using it and then I came back to it in April 2020. Mosquito, because I get bitten by them. Scar from The Lion King. Oh, I think Scar was, I think that was a YouTube video. The cat happens to Pikachu, yeah. No, it was meant to be a cat. It looks like a guinea pig, but it was meant to be a cat. This was a YouTube video of the famous Scar, the lion from, yeah. Reference for the sketch was a lion actually called Scarface, a 19-year-old who lived in the Masai Mara, Kenya, the second generation of the Musketeers coalition of male lions. He lost the whole of his right eye in 2012 when they took over the Paradise Pride, and the keepers have to stitch it up for him occasionally. He actually passed away. He was last seen in October 2019, and then he passed away a year later. They found him. Yes, it was a live stream. It was the first time I used Copics. It was the very first time I ever used Copics. And it's still the best thing I've ever done with Copics. It was all downhill from there. Some more urban sketching. Some collage. Bits of journaling and things. This was Patreon. Some more urban sketching. Testing all my colour pencils to see how many duplicates I had. This was Patreon tutorials. I started the 100 Faces challenge. this is as far as I got with it. I did 5 and went, yeah, no. Your favourite? What is? Not the mushrooms. Oh, Scar. I enjoy urban sketching. Haven't been out doing it very much. It's the perfect day to go out and sketch today, but it was... I didn't wake up till late because I haven't slept for 2 days because it's been so hot. So I had to lie in this morning and then streaming. Oh, Chewbacca. That's Copics as well. I got really good at Copics right off the bat. Like I just got it, and then it went downhill. The frog. Another frog. 80 days to Halloween. It's not far off Halloween now. And then we skip to November. So this is like August. And then we go to November. So you can see I dip in and out of this book. I love this paper. And then I'll use several sections of it. And then I'll be like, oh, but I don't want to get to the end of the book because I love this paper. And it's really hard to get hold of another one. And then I get precious and intimidated about it. And Sherlock Gnomes. Mum Addy. My Little Dentist. No More Pain. I'm funny. And now we're into August 2021. I actually did this girl twice. I redid her in a bigger book with the other 2 characters because I liked how she came out. An actual hamster, because I decided that I apparently could draw hamsters even if I couldn't draw cats. So drew a hamster. I think this was also a Patreon tutorial. These are from like last year Patreon, not this year. And then we do a big jump. So we've got Halloween, almost Halloween, 1st of September, some astrology notes. Ooh, I should probably transfer those over to my other book. Just some couple of bits and pieces. I really like this sketch. I like how this came out. I don't know what I was channeling there, but I like the pencil work. A donkey. Also Copics, I believe. Yeah. I can tell if it's Copics because I got something stuck to the back of it. This I sketched, and again, I liked him so much I redrew him in another book. This is just some October stuff, some gifts and letters and things from people. And then I put it away, and I don't know how or where or what happened to this book because I was obviously intending to use it in October last year. And then nope. And then April 2022 I pulled it out when I had art block. Are we journaling again? No idea. Let's find out. Apparently the answer to that was no. I have lots of books on the go and I use whatever whenever. But I like this book. I want to finish this book because it's just... These art alternative books are the perfect size and shape and chunkiness and paper and everything. They are my favourite book. This A5 size... Well, it's not A5, it's A5 Slim because it's American sizes. There's the... I mean, I've scribbled all over it, but there's the brand if you're interested. I've got the big one because I can't get the... This company is the same one who does that big, stupid 600-page sketchbook. Which I also can't get here. It usually averages about 60 quid. And that's before import fees and everything else, because you can only get it from America. Anyway. Oh! Apparently I did do some stuff in here. Still Here, Still Life. I think this might have been a Patreon tutorial this year, actually. I believe we just decided to do some really loose stuff in colour pencil, and I think we did all 3 of these in one session, if I remember correctly. I need to scan those, because I know I haven't scanned them. I need a sticky to make myself remember to scan it. I will not remember to scan it if I don't put a sticky on it. So oh, actually, that's a flower. I could put this one on here because I found a bee butt. I'm going to add him to my fluffies on Pinterest. So if you're following me on Pinterest, Romany, as always, I'm a Romany everywhere. I'm going to download the image so I can have it full screen. There we go. Let's draw a bumblebee butt. Why not? No aircon unless you're rich. No aircon unless you're McDonald's. It's not common here to have air conditioning because we don't need it. We don't need it to be cool, we need it to be warm for like 98% of the year. But, you know, it's the same that as we say here, like, yeah, it's true that we don't have air conditioning, but by the same token, we're always surprised that none of the US has radiators and central heating. Except New York. New York always seems to have radiators. Hey, John. Oh, I'm all over the place today. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? You can tell I haven't sketched for a couple of days, can't you? I don't know how to... Not sure how to get started today. Let's just draw little baby bumblebees in pencil and start there. It's been too hot to even put my hand near a book for about a week now, so I'm very rusty. That's why I'm procrastinating getting started. Let's draw a bumblebee. I'm going to turn Bumblebee that way because I'm going to draw him small, but that's huge on the screen, so let's do that. There we go, that's better. Okie dokie. Got a little heart shape on his bum, look. Oh, that's adorable. Little fluffy bits on his bum. Yeah. Certainly where I live, a lot of our houses are terraces, which are not dissimilar to the brownstones in New York. Except they're not generally 4 stories and they don't generally have basements. They're usually just 2, but they're extremely similar to the brownstones in New York. You can see 2 of his little leggies sticking out there. Got a oh, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's fine. Big fluffy leg there. I'm not quite sure why I drew him right in the middle of the page. I mean, that was a bit weird. I never noticed that bumblebees have little weird spines and things on their feet before. Almost like thorns, and then 2 little toes on the end like a tuning fork. How peculiar. And then we've got, so that's his bumble body. He's actually a bit fatter than that, and then his head is about that big. And we've got wings about the same height as his body. And there. Ooh, not that jagged. Okay. I'm starting to feel a bit warmed up now. It's funny how you don't draw for a few days and suddenly you get, it's not intimidated to start, it's almost like I just don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. It's like I don't know how to get going again. It's how I imagine people feel internally over Christmas when they're used to going to the gym every day and they suddenly don't for a week and then they've got to go back. And I would think internally you're probably like, but do I ever really want to go back to the gym again ever, or shall I just stay home and eat chocolate for the rest of my life? But you know, once you get there you're fine and you get on with it and you're happy to be there and you enjoy it and everything else. But it's just that initial kind of, oh, but can I really be bothered? You know, because it's just after Christmas and you've put on a few pounds. You're off work and you just don't want to go out in the cold. It's kind of how it feels for me when I'm not drawing for a few days. And it was way too hot to draw here yesterday. I was sticking to the page. Like every time I put my hand down and moved it, like the paper was coming up with my hand. I was literally sticking to the paper. It was horrible. Ugh. Do not want. I like it warm. Don't get me wrong. I actually like the warmth, but this is my ideal warmth. Low to mid 20s, light breeze, a little bit of cloud occasionally. Shorts and t-shirt weather, that's perfect. When it's so hot that even a bikini is too much to deal with, that's not my idea of fun, I'm afraid. What should we colour him with? I don't want to use paint, I don't think. What should we colour him? Should we use some... I'm very into my markers at the moment. Let's use markers. Where's my... I just need to get my bit of paper for under here. I've got another one actually somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it. Why isn't there one in here? Actually, there should be one in here. I've got several of these. You get one of these with every box of Ohuhu that you buy, every bag of Ohuhu. So I've got one for each A5 book. I've got one that's still A5. I've got two that I've cut down so that they fit this. Well, this actually fits a moleskin. This one isn't quite wide enough for this, but it'll do. And then you get one in every Ohuhu book you buy as well. So I've got one in an A10 size that I use. Ugh, I think I've been bitten. Ow. Your thermostat went out years ago and you've never had it fixed since you don't get that cold. You should pull out a blanket and wear warmer clothes. Yeah, I'm like that in the winter. I hardly ever turn the radiators on. If the radiators are on, it's because it's snowing. Because if it snows here, all our pipes tend to be really close to the outside walls, and we do have a tendency for them to freeze up. So I do put the heating on really low, but I very rarely put it above 14. And at night I don't even have it on, because by the time you're in bed and you've got a duvet on you and two dogs, you don't need anything else. I know Copics work in this. I keep saying Copics. I should say alcohol markers, because I have Copics and I have Ohuhus, and I've moved my things so that I can now reach all my Ohuhus without having to go like this all the time, because that was getting annoying. Okay, where's my colour chart? I really should put my Copic colour charts on the back of this so that I've got the Copic colours as well. What do I want? I want that one and that one. Oh, this is so much better. I can see the numbers. Y3, Y2, YR34. There we go. It'll do to start with. I'm not gonna... Why can't I find anything on my desk, honestly? Don't tidy up your desk, move things around, put things away, and then walk away from it for 3 days, okay? Just don't do it. It's so hot, my eraser's stuck to the inside of the case. Dogs are the best heaters. Unfortunately, they are not great coolers. I had to evict Maddie from the bed last night because she was trying to sit on my head. I mean, I love her, but not that much. It was too hot. But it's going to be cooler tonight, so she'll be able to sleep in the bed. So she'll be happy again. She's sat out in the garden at the moment because she can sit. I've had the door shut the last 2 days because it was too hot for her to go out, because she's black. She's a black dog. We do not allow black dogs to go and sit in 38 degree heat. Okay, so the only bit we've got on here is like this bit is I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to finish a sentence, girl. Finish a sentence. I think the easiest way to do this will be to cut into the yellow with the black. There you go. See? I knew I'd get there in the end. I think one of the reasons I like Copics in this book, alcohol markers in this book, is because it's white paper and it's true to colour. So you get the actual colour of the markers, not the colour the markers pretend to be. Okay. Is he actually black or is he very, very dark brown? I think he's very, very dark brown. Let's use a 92 and then we can put other colours over the top. Like markers and things over the top. Oh, he's got a little streak of something there. If you've just joined us, welcome. Or if you're new to the stream, welcome. Grab your sketchbook. Or whatever you're working on at the moment, if you're not a sketcher. I'm going to be here for about 2, sometimes 3 hours, just doing some chill sketching. Okay, I need a lighter brown. Like a gingery brown. Let's try you. I think this will be. I think this will be what we want. Here we go. The sun's shining on him from this side, so from the back, so you can kind of see a bit of definition on this side, but not much. It's just showing through. Oh, that'd be a good colour for his legs, actually. So what's everybody else been up to, apart from dying from the heat? I mean, I think it's pretty much been global this week, has it not? Hasn't it been like crazy hot everywhere? Except Australia. The rest of the world is like, we're on fire. Australia's like, we've got snow. I'm intrigued by bee feet. I am very, very intrigued by bee feet. Not to be confused by beefeaters. I think I can actually use this for this part of the wing as well, actually. Let's do this. Raining and flooding since the start of winter, now it's going to frost. See, that's our normal weather. That's what we're used to. 40 degrees in Tulsa. That is hot, but that's not unusually hot for you though, is it? Because you're in is Tulsa not part of Tornado Valley? So you get those wild fluctuations like we do. See, that's the thing that kills us. It's not that it's too hot. 38 degrees is not too hot once you get used to it. Like, by yesterday, I was kind of getting used to it. I wasn't, like, breaking out in raging sweats every time I breathed. But the problem is that, like, last Friday, it was 8 degrees at night. And then suddenly it went up to 28 during the day, and it just kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and it wasn't cooling down at night. Like Monday night, it was 100 degrees during the day. Sorry, I keep switching between Celsius and Fahrenheit. I'm used to having to convert it for people. We were hitting 100 at night, but during the day, but then at night it wasn't cooling down. Normally it would go down to like 15 degrees, which is 50, 60 degrees, maybe. Not even that. And then Monday night it didn't go below 26, which is what we normally have during the day in July. So we didn't sleep for a couple of days. So the whole of Britain woke up this morning and went, "It's cool. I'm staying in bed." Oh, why is my phone going off? Oh, it's an alarm, it's alright. Sticking to everything. Just breathing and watching. Yeah, breathe, watch, drink water. That's where I was yesterday. It's very unusual for me to just sit around and not do anything. But yesterday, apart from doing the class, when it cooled off, and even that, I put the class off. I put my class off till, we should have started at 4 and I put it off till 6 because it just wasn't going to cool down enough. But I spent most of yesterday re-wetting the dog's bandanas and my vest shirt, and then just sitting in front of the fan. That seemed to be the only way to cool down. Oh, getting too into details. Come on, don't need to do that. We don't need to get too into details. Just colour it. Just colour it. You can do the details afterwards. Just colour it. Get the colour in. Okay, he's got some feet down here, but you can't really see what they are. They're just kind of feet-like things. So I'm just going to... like that. And then... oh, I need to put that little streak of ginger. He's got a cute little streak of ginger going up his head there. I need to make him stand out from the background. So I really could do with doing kind of a muted green background. Do I have a muted green? Do I have a muted green? Ooh, that looks like a muted green. Let's try that one. G220. 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 Where's G220? Oh, there he is. It doesn't look green on the lid at all. I mean, that's supposed to be lime green. Doesn't look lime green to me. You've stolen each other's weather climates. Yes, we have. We have, indeed. You can have it back anytime. Anytime you like. 20 to 40 days of the hot weather every summer. Yeah. But it doesn't stay hot for you either, does it? You have it like we do. You have like 3 or 4 days of crazy hot, and then suddenly overnight it'll drop down. That's how you get those crazy weather systems that bring in the tornadoes, isn't it? The weird pressure systems. We don't get tornadoes, thankfully. We don't really have enough floor space to have tornadoes. We can't fit a tornado in the British Isles. Sorry. That looks a bit wonky, but it's not wonky. Why does it look... Oh, it is wonky. Okay. It's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not drawing straight. There we go. Let's try this for the background. Yeah, I like that. That'll do. I'm going to do something for the background because there's no colour in the wings. Really. Well, there is colour in the wings. But if I don't put a background in, it won't really be defined. I like this colour. It's going to work for a background. Do this kind of circular motion. I think I can make it look like very out of focus green stuff. For those who are interested, by the way, these sketchbook sessions that I'm doing on YouTube are not dissimilar to what I do on Patreon every Saturday, although we do more tutorial based stuff. This is just me playing in my sketchbook as opposed to us actually doing something together. But I've changed my tiers over on Patreon so that now the Tuesday group, why do I call them Tuesday group? I can't remember how much the tier is. $5, I think. The Bats tier gets some printables. So you get the basics from our advanced sessions, just the basic intro sheets from whatever we're doing. So like this month we're doing Room Book of Shadows pages, so you'll get some bits and pieces from that. But I'm also going to do some of these sketchbook pages for you. Like, it might be some of these ones that I do on YouTube, or just other sketchbooks pages that I've done previously, or I'll probably have a look through my previous sketchbooks and journals and just see what I've got that's kind of current, weather related, month related, whatever. I can't really do themes or anything like that. I don't really do themes. except for Halloween. It's always Halloween. But yeah, I'm thinking like with this one, I'll probably do a scan of it for the $5 tier. And then the Saturday group, whatever tutorials we're doing, whatever sketchbook pages I do in those sessions, finished or unfinished, or tutorial pages or whatever, you get copies of those as well. So if you're interested, just saying, that's a small change to the tiers. And obviously my Frogs group, my When Frogs Sing group, the $15 tier get everything anyway, so. Any questions, feel free to ask. As far as YouTube goes, I'm enjoying these Wednesday streams. It's nice to just know that no matter what happens during the week, no matter how busy I am or what I'm doing or how crazy the weather is, unless the weather's crazy on Wednesday, that I will be able to just sit down for 2-3 hours with my sketchbook and just do whatever and just chat and chill, and it's nice. I would like to add some more, but I don't know if I want to do live streams or if I would rather do live recordings, if that makes sense. I was I've already had 19 straight days of the high heat. Finally cooled off a bit last night with the rainstorm. But no more for the next 2 weeks. Just heat. Oof. That's a long time. I couldn't do 2 weeks of this. Or what we've just had. I would be like, ugh. You're looking at my Patreon. Oh, thank you. I like the idea of learning more tarot and astrology stuff. The tarot and astrology, because we've been doing it since like 2016, there's a lot of basic stuff on there that is essentially going over things over and over again, which is kind of hard to teach when you've got the same people in the group most of the time. So I've put all the core stuff actually is in the $5 tier. So if you've never done any astrology or tarot, the $5 tier is where to start. So you get the printables and the information sheets from the advanced astrology and tarot and Book of Shadows. And you also get all the core information from astrology and tarot that we've done over the last 5-6 years. I kept being asked every year to redo the basic stuff, redo the basic stuff, redo the basic stuff, and there's only so many times you can redo the basic stuff when it's all available anyway. So I thought I'd just make it available permanently. So if you want just basic, take it at your own pace, learn it a little bit at a time, then that's the tier. The $15 tier is more for people who already have a basic understanding of astrology and a basic understanding of tarot, but want more practice or want to learn more about it or whatever. I mean, astrology is an ongoing learning curve, really. This year we're learning about the asteroid goddesses, which is actually something I've never done before. So, and I've been doing astrology for 25, nearly 30 years now. Oof, I feel old when I say that, but that's how it is. Okay, we need to get some definition in this butt. And by definition I mean fuzziness. I'm not sure how that works really, but I finally got some dark browns, so those are going to be helpful. I've got this lovely dark violet brown, which is a nice warm brown, and I've got a nice dark sepia brown, which is a cool brown. So that will be good. Ugh, your dollar exchange in Australia is awful. Yeah, also Patreon puts taxes and things on, sales tax and stuff. That's nothing to do with me. I don't know how taxes and stuff work. So, but I know as somebody who, if I pledge to like another UK channel, I pay the amount plus VAT. No, if I pledge to a foreign channel. If I pledge to a UK one, it's just a flat rate because it's included. But if I pledge to Americans, I have to pay whatever their tier value is plus 20%. Because that's our VAT rate. So it is subject to sales tax and all that. And I know that's brutal in Australia, isn't it? The good thing, of course, is with the $5 tier, you can jump in and out anytime you want because it's always there. You can go in and watch a few videos from the beginning and, you know, then go off and learn that and come back a month later and do some more if you want to. So you don't have to pledge all the time if you don't want to. It's quite useful. Fuzzy little bumblebot. Yeah, you do get to go to Bali in Thailand for like half the price. You've got pretty good exchange rate with Japan as well, haven't you? Okie dokie, so this guy here has little white bits and also little black bits. So how are we going to deal with that? Let's do his legs while we think about that. I think I'm going to have to use white gel pen, maybe. Bees are just so darn cute. Bumblebees, anyway. can't speak for all bees, but bumblebees are definitely cute. Our bumblebees are huge this year. Like this big bumblebees. Regular bees, size of your thumbnail kind of size. Bumblebees, they're also very intelligent. Well, they're more intelligent than flies, but that's not saying much, I suppose. Flies come in an open window and they're like, oh no, I'm lost. How do I get out? Zip round in circles for 3 hours. Bumblebees come in and go, hang on a minute. This doesn't feel like outdoors. I better go back the way I came. Hey Meg. Recovering from the heat. Yeah, it's lovely here today. Is it nice where you are? Because you're on the coast, aren't you? I think you're a bit further north and on the coast, so it might be quite pleasant where you are today. It's lovely here. 21 degrees, light breeze, a little bit of cloud cover. It's perfect. Bumblebees do shake their little butts. They get themselves stuck. See, they go into flowers that are too big for them, and then they look like Winnie the Pooh, and they go to get their butts out. They're so cute. And then they get too much pollen on them and they can't fly. And then they start drunk flying like this because they can't stay in the air. Breezy. I bet it is lovely. Okay, let's do kind of minimal so we get the light brown showing through, I think. Need a gingery brown. I don't think that's gingery enough. Oh, choose this one. This is still dark, but it's a warm brown. I forgot to mention, by the way, I probably should have said it at the start of the stream. We do have closed captions, which is unusual for live streaming, but we do have closed captions. So if you need closed captions, turn them on. I put that in the description for the replay people, my zombie crew. But I probably should. I'm not used to having it, you see, so I'm not used to telling people that it's there. We also have, all my Patreon stuff is live, but we also have closed captions on that. It's a little bit hit and miss. As you can imagine, with live closed captioning, doesn't always quite get the right thing. But it's quite hilarious when it gets it wrong, so at least it's entertaining. Okay, I think the wings need to be the same colour as the background with some white over the top. So I think I need a lighter colour of that green. Do I have a lighter colour? Oh, I do. I have a grey. GG020. Pale lemon yellow. That's not it. Oh, that's G. I want GG. GG020. Grey green. Let's see. This should be... Ah, there we go. It's a nice desaturated version of that green. That's what we need. You have a photo on Insta of a sunflower with some bees on it. One of your favourite photos. Oh, cute. Sunflowers are one of my favourite flowers. Tiger lilies and sunflowers. Your laptop had 2 minutes lag. Wow. It must be overheating a tad. My computer was very confused when I turned it on this morning. It must have really got hot yesterday. I turned it off straight after the stream yesterday. But it must have got really hot because when I logged in this morning, it took absolutely forever to log in, which means it didn't clear the memory down properly. Some of the stuff that I did yesterday hadn't saved, and my screensaver was gone. So it had a real memory problem yesterday. Just want to make this grey a little greener. So now I need kind of a, oh, I need some white actually. I need to do some white on the wings, and I need to do some white on the butt, lots of white, and some white on the hairs. So the white on the hairs I'm going to have to do in gel pen. Which is that one. Okie dokie, so put me on as background noise. I mean, we're putting you to sleep. We're not keeping you awake. Well, it is like, what is it, 4 AM for you there? Okay. There's little glimmery bits on his hairs. And then, you know, big patch of white over here. I'm saying patches of white. Obviously it's not patches of white, is it? It's areas where his fluffy body, his fuzzy body, is getting covered in, or is catching the sun. Like highlights. It's not white hairs, literally. Except this bit, which is literally white hairs. He's got a very fluffy white butt. Not dissimilar to Scooby's, in fact. Need to work slower with this pen. It doesn't like working that fast. Probably have to come back into this with a bit of white pencil, I think, but okay. A couple of little bits here and there, little bits of highlights. Yeah, he's got a little fluffy butt there. Bit of highlight here. I'll do that in pencil. Okay, now his wings, the edge of his wings really catch the light, so what I want to do is cover over that bit of graphite with the white pen. And it's not a solid line, I'm going to kind of break it up a bit with like dots and dashes, but I'm basically trying to cover up the pencil. Like that. I wish I could get you a bit closer in, but I think if I put you closer in, you're basically just going to see the back of my hand, because I'm a scruncher when I colour. I'll try and make sure I don't do that. Let me refocus. Refocus, refocus, refocus. Finished a work task and now you can doodle for a bit. Awesome! Are you going to doodle some bumbles? Doodle some bumbles with us. It's fun. Hopefully you'll be able to see this okay. It's Like I say, I'm going to be getting in the way a lot, I think, with my hand, but I will try not to. I hold my pen back here, you might be able to see what I'm doing a bit better. Okay, and then on this side we've actually got highlights this side of the wing. Okay, now he's got some flecks up here. Now I need to break up some of this down here a little bit. Just put in some variation. There we go. He's definitely looking fluffy. Slightly more obvious fluffiness on his butt there and on his head. There we go. Kind of a orangey colour. Is that dark enough? Oh, that'll do. Upstairs is cooking something delicious again. Let's try that one. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. See you then. I like the sky's coming out all right. Now, if only my focus would actually focus. It almost focuses and then it drops out again. There we go, that's better. See? Much better. If anybody's interested, by the way, if you're in the UK, you can buy the Faber-Castell pencils open stock over on Cult Pens. You do have to pay postage. However, if you look down in my description box down there, like way down, there's a 10% off your first order. So if you've not used them before, you can actually get some colours that you want or some bits and pieces that you want and save the postage. It roughly works out to saving the postage, the 10%. I don't get anything for it. It's not an affiliate link. It's just a kind of a refer a friend, get 10% off type thing. So if you're in the UK, then it's useful. Also have one for Jackson's Art if you're interested. Again, down there in the description. I actually completely forgot I had a referral code for Jackson's Art. I just stuck it in my description like years ago, literally years ago. And it doesn't, it gets me points, but it doesn't, you know, your points are, you know, when you collect points, you collect like 3,000 points. You're like, oh, I've got 3,000 points. I wonder how much that is. It saves you like 30 pence, you know. But I actually, after about, I'm going to say about 7 or 8 years, I've had that code. And back in 2020, I desperately needed a new easel. And I thought, you know what? I've got some points on there. If I get a new easel, I know they do free postage for an easel, so maybe with the free postage and the points I might get one cheaper than I can get it anywhere else. Well, I actually bought the whole easel. 120 quid's worth of easel, 9 years worth of points I think it was at the time. No, 6 years worth of points it was at the time. 120 quid's worth of easel for free. I was like, yeah, thank you. There's you guys using my code. So you sponsored my easel, my lovely, beautiful easel that I can't really film on, but I do use it. It's a watercolour easel, so rather than just being an upright and that's pretty much it, and you move it up and down, but that's about it, the whole centre can go right down flat and be used as a table, or it can come upright or whatever. It's fantastic. So yeah, thank you for that. I don't get anything for Cult Pens. It's just a referral link. It saves you some postage, which is always good. You're going to treat yourself to an art splurge if you keep to your daily July content. You're on fire this year, Meg. Now I know why. I've bribed myself. I set up the carrot of new supplies for August. Okay, so let's see what can we do with these. I think I need my Prismacolor white for this one, for this actually. And I'm not going to sharpen it for once, because I actually want the blunt bit. I want to get kind of a textured thing going. Is that going to show up enough? Yeah, there we go, that shows up enough. I might have to add some more gel pen in places. Yeah, if you're not already following Meg Journals, she's the alternative to One Book July. If you like the idea of One Book July, but you're not a planner person, then go check her out, because she does Junk Journal July. You literally just make one junk journal for the whole of July, and you can do anything in it. She's got prompts, but you could do art, you could do writing, you could do the prompts, do some collaging. You could even use it as a bullet journal for 1 month if you wanted to. And this year she's doing a daily she's doing a daily YouTube video sponsored by Costa. Yes. Oh, that's dirty because I'm drinking out of it, but Costa. We love Costa. Actually, let me wipe that. I may have forgotten to wipe that off the last time I made a coffee. That's strange. I don't normally do that. Ugh, there we go. That's better. Okay, this side is much whiter, so I may have to use a different pencil. In fact, I might use my, well, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes first. But I think to get the white I need, I may have to go a bit more drastic. Yeah, it's not really white enough. Where are... That's not what I want. That's what I want. I'm sorry if you heard that disgusting noise in the background. That was Maddie burping. And now she's huffing at me like I'm getting on her last nerve. Which is pretty much what she does. She's like a teenager, I tell you. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. That's better. Now we're getting some white in there. I don't need lots of white. It's just like patches where it's catching the light. But it is quite noticeable, so there we go. Let's add a bit more to this as well, because his butt is fluffy and it doesn't look fluffy, so let's make it fluffy like that. There we go. Better. Kind of smudge in that pen a little bit. There we go. Oh, he's cute. He's a bee. Now, what I think I'm going to do is just give him a little bit of colour. Let's go for primary colours, because we've got the yellow and green, so let's just do some A bit of purpley colour over here. Maybe go up behind him a bit there. Maybe do some yellow over this side. It's supposed to be out of focus, so not really bothered about whether it looks like flowers or not. I just want to add a bit of colour to the background. A bit of yellow down here maybe. And then I think we could do with like a slightly warmer colour. Let's use this red. There you go, Bumblebee. Just enough to give it some colour, so that it's not really about making him pop, it's just about making the background a little bit less like a flat colour. And then, because that could look a little bit odd if you left it on its own, I'm just going to go through with this green, which is very similar to the green underneath, the Copic green. I'm just going to add some texture to this as well. And I think I'll kind of stop just as his wings, just about halfway up his wings. I don't think we need to go all the way into the background. I just want to be able to bring the darker colour in around him, because that will make him pop. Especially this bit where his green, his white is. I really need to make that stand out a little bit more. And the way to do that is to add some darker colour behind it. But I don't want to go overboard. I don't want it to be too obvious. Kind of fade this out as I go up. And then come back down in around here. A little bit more colour, and then fade it out as we go up. There we go. Oh, he's cute. I like him. This paper is amazing for markers, but unfortunately, like everything, it bleeds through like crazy. If that bothers you, don't use markers on this paper, but I just draw something over the top, paint something over the top, or just stick something over the top. So it doesn't really bother me. Oh, excuse me. Yawn. He's a little bit off centre. He needs skewing a little bit. Because I'm drawing at an angle. I'm terrible for drawing at an angle. I'm so lazy. I do it all the time. There you go. That's a little bit better. He does kind of look like he's flying at an angle, so I'm okay. Alright, what else should we do? What do I fancy? What do I fancy doing? Let's tidy up while we think about it. Don't forget the date. I don't really need to put a date. Not for this one. It's just a sketchbook session. I've already got it back here that I restarted this book yet again in April 2022. And then we did this in, I think, June. May or June. Seems to be my spring-summer book, this one. Just do spring-summer. Okay, that one's going back in the tub. So is that one. And those going back in the couch. Okay. Now, what should we do next? See, I'll just use this side for like journaling or something. I can write over that quite easily because I usually use black pen. But I can also like stick something over it, like put photos or something there. Whatever. No, I didn't. I mentioned that at the top of the stream. The Alice in Wonderland I haven't finished, but I've put the book somewhere. I took the last few pages out of the book because I'm not going to finish that book. I'm not going to finish that sketchbook. So, because I hate it, but I like the paper. So what I did was I pulled the paper out and I was doing some colour tests. I was going to put some colour swatches together for my... Look at these neons, aren't they? Fantastic. That's the Mozart set. Ooh! Let me show you what I did. Hello, boo-boo. Hi, Scoob. Hello, Scooby-Doo. Have you come for some love? Hello. How you doing? I want some love. I want a belly scratch. You want a belly scratch? Goodness me. It's not like you. Hi. Hello, face. Hello, face. Hi there. Yeah, let me show you what I did. I have the... Oh, this is going to be messy now. You don't have the big thing of Gansai Tambi. Not the whole... I don't have the full 56 set. I have this set. And I have this set. Which is the additional, which is 48 in all. Let me just push you back up there out of the way. There we go. So they come in this... You've seen them, right? They come in these boxes with these silly grid things in them. Well, I took the silly grids out because they're never in the right order. They're not in any colour order known to man. They don't make any sense whatsoever. So I put them in the order that I like my colours in. I took out all the bits in between. And I've got all but 4 colours in here now. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 44 out of the 48 are now in here in colour order. So I've got the 2 flesh tones and I think it's 2 golds. 2 flesh tones. These 2. These 4. So I've got 2 flesh tones, 2 golds. I don't like these as flesh tones. They're not the right colours that I use for flesh. They're too orangey for me. I don't like them as flesh tones. And I don't use gold for anything. So I've just thrown those in there with my Twinkling H2O cosmic shimmer things. So that freed up this box. And then this box. This is my Mozart tin. Is it Mozart or Mozart? I don't know. It's spelt Mozart, but I think it might be Mozart. Anyway, this comes with this thing in it. It's huge, okay. And it's got loads of colours. It's got, I think it's again 48 colours, but there's a set of colours that I don't use, which is the metallics. I just don't use metallic colours very much. I use silver a lot, but I use copper, like dark coppery bronze colour, but I don't use any other metallic colours at all. Oh, rubs for Scooby! Scooby rubs, hello! Scooby rubs. Mika's sending you ear rubs for Scooby-Doo. Head rubs and ear rubs for Scooby-Doo. There we go. How's that, boo-boo? So I took those little pans out. They're smaller than these pans. And they fit in here. So instead of having these two and that extra tin, I've now got a tin I can use for something else. And all of these colours in here and all of those colours in there. Minus the metallics that I don't use anyway. I've got my white gold in there and my silver in there. Those are two different colours, amazingly enough. But it's so much more usable. So yeah, if you've got those Mozart colours, or you've got this set with the mini set, then this is the second set, the 12 colour palette that they brought out. And then they've got the pearlescent colours as well, which makes the 56 of the full set. But yeah, packaging drives me crazy because it's always too big. This is okay because I don't really use this entire palette. If I do, it's on my desk, which isn't too bad. I just put it off to one side. Most of the time, I take a few of these colours and I put them into something else. I do use this palette a lot, but when you've got to get that tin out on your desk, I mean, this tin is bigger than that box once you've got it open. And yeah, you can put your water on here and you can mix and stuff, but I mean, at the time, this was all stuck to it, so you couldn't. You just add your colours up here. That's the colours, by the way. They're amazing colours. They really are good colours. None of them are light fast, though. This Mozart set, strictly journal work. These, most of them are light fast, but this one, not light fast at all. But now I've got a tin I can use that's more useful for something else. Usually papers and bits that I want to keep. And I've got these two, which I can keep. That one on my desk with my other palettes. And this one goes in the drawer and I use it as a pick and mix. I'll just pull out colours that I want to use. But I can also, because the pans in that one are half the size of these, I can take one of these out and put two in from there and swap them in and out. So if I've got a particular, like say I want this particular pink, I can take two colours out of this one that I don't particularly want to use and swap it for that pink. So that I'm rather happy with. I do not like keeping things in palettes like this. Normally I wouldn't keep things in a box like this, but the box is kind of the perfect size to put the things in. But all the waste, I mean, how many did I get in here? Out of 48. So 48 minus 12 is 36, right? So we've gone from 36 to 44 just by taking the cardboard bits out. Because the cardboard bits are all in Japanese anyway. They didn't even have the names on. So it was no use to me. So I just pulled it all out. I'm very happy with that. Much more betterer, as they say. Ugh. What do I want to do next? feel like I want to draw. Why do I want to draw? That's not like me. Don't really want to draw on camera. For anything other than a tutorial, anyway. Let's see, what have we got? Oh, there's an example of one of the handouts that we're doing, you're getting. In the 750 tier, we're following some tutorials by Holly Nichols this month. They're all available on Instagram. Holly Nichols Illustrations. Go check her out. She does amazing fashion stuff. I don't, as you can see, but it was fun. But all of these were scanned. That's her Instagram, H Nichols Illustration, if you're interested. That's actually one of her designs, and I've overlaid it with the tutorial points, fully credited. So it's not for reprinting or anything, it's just for personal use. And this is my notes from her tutorial. And then I went through working out how to do it, basically learning how to do the tutorial. So those are printables this month. What do we have? Hey Cody, you've been playing World of Warcraft. Do I want to draw cute animals? Do I want to do something else? What do I want to do, guys? I take a few days off from sketching and I can't think of what I want to do. I wonder if this is why I can't really tell you, because I've never really gone a long time without sketching. But I wonder if this is why a lot of people who only sketch occasionally get what they call art block, where they don't know what to draw. They class it as don't know what to... Oh, there's another bee, look. Don't want to draw another bee. Just done a bee. A weird cactus. That looks like a fun image to have a go at. This is, I completely stole this image from Melissa Lakey's Instagram stories. She went to visit this place, Baldwin Mining Company. Oh, that says mining company. It used to be a movie set and now it's a town. I can't remember where she said it was. Decision fatigue, yeah. But when I've been doing sketching every day for like weeks and weeks and weeks, I don't have that problem. I just open my sketchbook and start drawing. But when I've not been doing it for a week, like now, suddenly I'm like, ugh. That could be it, you know. That could very well be it, Mika. Sometimes the possibilities seem endless and there's decision paralysis. Yeah, I often think that maybe it's not just that I don't know what I want to draw. It's that I've got so many possibilities of what I could draw. Or what I want to draw. You know, I've seen all these exciting things that I actually would like to draw and now I don't know which one to start with. That is often more how it feels. Because I've effectively got 10 days worth of sketches built up that I haven't put out there. So now I've got a bottleneck. I don't know what to get out first. That's actually a really good way of putting it. That could be, yeah, actually. I'm just going to draw. I'm going to draw. How shall we draw? Should we do some... Oh, I still ballpoint sketch. I haven't done ballpoint sketching in ages. Feels like ages since I've done a ballpoint pen sketch. I'm going to put that on... Oh, no, that's just distracting because it's shiny. Actually, I could put this here. If I turn that a little bit away. Actually, if I angle that, then you won't be able to see the shining. Oh, there you go. Now you can see what I'm drawing. I need to put something under there. Put my pad under there. There you go. We're professional. Look at that. We are professional. Okay. Do like a mini tutorial. I'm going to bring my camera over a little bit this way. Try not to cover my face. There we go. How's that? You can still see that, can't you? So I will put a link to Melissa because it's her reference photo. It's just a photo that she went to the movie set and took some photos and put them in her stories. But I will put her link to her Instagram. She does take some really nice photos. But she's an artist as well and she does some really nice stuff. So go check her out. I just really, really liked this cactus. What they call it? Is it Saguaro Cactus? Is that right? Is that what they're called? Am I even saying that right? So the cactus is kind of, well, let's say the ground is here and the base of the building is there, and then we've got the top of the building about there. So the cactus is going to come in, or maybe a bit further over than that. The cactus is going to come in about, I want it to be kind of a main thing. I might move this sign over here so that I can cut off that bit of the photo and just do this bit and just have that going off there and put the sign over there because that's the interesting part. So I could put the cactus sort of here. Like that. Tree goes up behind the cactus. And you can't see most of it, so I'm just gonna... You can't actually see the base of the tree or anything, it's just some branches coming over. Okay, so that's that pole there. We got a kind of a, it's like a shelter thing. Is it like a roof porch type thing? Oh, I see. It's like a enclosed porch. So this has got struts coming down here like this. Notice I'm not counting anything to do with like the struts or anything like that. It's not necessary. You don't need to count every brick and every strut. Just there's a big tree thing here, so we'll put that in. That's kind of interesting. And a brick. We've got a plant. We've got a big tub thing sitting here with some purple things. And then, yeah, we'll move that Baldwin Mining Company sign. We'll move it over here a bit. So, these wooden things, there's actually no roof on this. It's literally just a shell thing like that. So there would be one in there, there wouldn't be one in there. Okay. So maybe we can put the kind of goes up at an angle there. That's the corner of the building, but you can't really see it. So let's put that at more of an angle, going off that way. It looks like it goes round the building, but the building is square. So I'm just changing the shape of that, because it works on a photo, but it doesn't work on a image. And then I will put the sign. Let's put the sign here. So we've just moved it from round there to there. Doesn't matter. So that's going down that way now. So these are going to be coming here. And oh, actually there's only a couple of them. There's a lot going along the top, but not so many down here. So we can lose that one there and that one there. Just make those bigger. There we go. And we've got brickwork. Get rid of these lines. Not going to want those in there. Tidy this up so we know what's what. I'm going to put some more in here so that it is more obvious what that is. And that'll about do it. Everything else we can put in later. So that's all I do. If I'm out urban sketching, that's all I do with my pencil, just to get proportions and stuff. And I could do it in ballpoint pen. But I tend to be a bit heavy-handed, so I don't. But I could. If you're not as heavy-handed as I am, you can. If you're interested in doing ballpoint pen sketching or urban sketching with ballpoint pen and doing this bit with a pen, highly recommend Alfonso Dunn if you don't already follow him. He's extremely good at ballpoint pen sketching. Did we figure out what this cactus is called? Is it called a saguaro? Where's Susan when we need her? Susan comes from the Arizona desert. She'd know what this cactus is called. Okay, I'm just going to rough in this cactus here. So it's got a big arm thing. The cactus is the big part of the show, so I'm going to not spend more time on the cactus exactly, but I'm going to give it a little bit more love and attention than I might to the building. That said, obviously, because of the way I draw the building, is going to be detailed, but the building won't necessarily look exactly like the building in the photograph, but I do like the way the cactus is growing, so I will probably do the cactus quite accurately, if only for the fact that I'm not at all familiar with this. I've never actually seen one of these guys. Maddie, what are you chewing? So this back stem goes all the way up there. Okay, so that's around there. So this is all coming out from just above the roof. And we've got one of these. And we've got one here next to it. And we've got this kind of, oh, we've got a little baby one in there coming up. I'm going to have to shorten it just a tiny bit to make it fit. So I'm going to start at the top and draw it downwards. And then it kind of comes out like a chocolate fountain, fondue fountain almost. That's kind of rippling effect. It's kind of cool. It's got little baby ones coming off the side here and at the top. It's got a big one here. Maddie, what are you chewing, baby? What comes in behind those? And then this is going up there. This is not straight. It kind of wobbles in and out. It's almost like the rings of a tree, but going upwards. That made no sense, but okay. This is got another one. Ooh, this one's coming out here and going up out there. And then there's a little baby one coming off of it up there. It's like lots of little shaking fists. Like, it's cute. Okay, and then we've got a little one here that we missed. That goes up behind that one. Comes down here. Let's overlap that a bit so that it looks a little bit more organic. Is it the best Saguaro cactus in the world? No. Is it even a Saguaro cactus? We don't know. I think this one could actually be a bit taller. I think I cut it off a little bit early. Could have been a bit bigger. There we go. So this one's coming down here. A little bit more smooth, this one. Perhaps because it's nearer the floor and it's got more water in the lower limbs. Maybe. Okay, so we can start putting in some of the definition now where the... Oh, well, let's put in the building roof. So the roof is about here. I'm just going to fade it off into the tree there. The actual corner of the building is over here, but I've moved it. I've called it, you know, artistic license. I've moved it. So there's the corner of the building. Maddie! What are you chewing? This is weird. How does that... Does it maybe come down to a point behind the cactus? Maybe. Oh no, it's... No, I think it's rounded. I think it goes round. I think it's like this. Like this is the square corner of the building and the fence goes round like that. Is what I think. I can't really tell. Does it matter? Nah, not really. Okay, so let's put in the vertical beams because the vertical beams come all the way down. I'm going to go about there, and this one comes down behind this flower here. So that finishes about there. So that's going to go across here-ish. Let's say about there. Let's just follow the lines we've already got. It's going to look a bit weird, but it's curved. I mean, you know, it's curved. Let's see, we got that big old piece of driftwood round here, so we'll sketch that in. Nice and jagged, and it's got a smooth piece in the middle and goes up behind the cactus like that. We've got that weird brick shape thing just there. We've got a plant that's kind of that shape there. So the The bottom of the fence is about where I put it. Goes across to that tub. Just there. So these can come down. The fence is actually, this part has an extra piece on it. And then all around here, it goes all the way up to the top. Okay, the top of the porch basically follows this, so I'm just going to do it like a curved piece. And then it's stuck to the house there. Building, whatever. That was not a straight line. That is not how you do a straight line. That's how you do a straight line. Did I draw in the building? I think I did, yeah. The sign is going to be in there. And here we've got lots of beams coming down. Like that. And going off that way this side. Be able to see the side of the beams. And that ought to do it. Okay. So I'm just going to let my pen dry a second. I don't need to draw in the tree. The tree is the tree. I can deal with the tree afterwards. I'll probably paint in the tree afterwards. You all went really quiet all of a sudden. Are you drawing? Yeah, once I get started, once I know what I'm going to draw, and I pick something and I'm just like, oh, I'll do this. Especially if I find a reference photo for it, I'm just, boom, I'm in. But folding laundry, well, that's exciting. Been too hot for those kind of shenanigans lately, so I can understand why you've left that till today. Because the ballpoint pen and the pencil get kind of layered up, and you can't really tell which is pencil and which is pen and what you're supposed to be copying and what you're not. I do like to erase my pencil lines at this point. And because I'm not really interested in doing an exact copy of this, even though I've used it as a reference photo for the basic thing, I can now put this away because I don't need it. I'll just do whatever. I've got a good image in my head. I know this has stripes, I know that has bricks, I know this is wood, I know there's wood deserty. That'll do. So I want to get the outline of this cactus put in first, because it's got a very defined shape. Around the edges. I like to use what most professional artists call chicken scratch when I'm drawing. I don't like the look of just heavy outlines. I just don't like it, especially for sketches like this, because it's not like I'm going to outline it and then colour it in. I'm sketching with the pen. And I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's how I like to do it. So it's my sketchbook. I can do what I want. This is therapeutic. I love sketching in ballpoint pen. Actually, I might need that reference photo for the cactus because I haven't actually ever seen one. So maybe having the picture in front of me would help with actually making it look like a cactus. I know it's got stripy bits on it, but I haven't really... I'm not overly familiar with it, so maybe I will have the image out just for the cactus. I don't care about the building. A building's a building. Okay, let's see, what does this cactus actually look like? So it's got vertical striations. It's got a thing there where it looks like it had another arm. Are we calling these arms? Looks like it may have had another arm that came off. It's got another hole here that looks similar. Maybe this is also an arm that came off. Is that something that happens with these things? Should we go and have a look? See, this is something I do when I'm sketching. If I'm intrigued by something, I will go and... Yes, I have Johnny Depp on my home screen. Deal with it. First of all, let's confirm, is it a Saguaro Cactus? And how the hell do you spell that? Saguaro Cactus. And let's hope Google knows what we're talking about. Oh, it's got a G in it. Saguaro. Oh, is it a Mexican name then? Okay. Saguaro Cactus. Spanish pronunciation. So it is. Okay. Saguaro. 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 So this is an example of what I would do with this page. Here we go, because I'm a geek. I like this kind of thing. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little problematic to write on in any major way. But I'm not planning on writing an essay on Saguaro Cactus. I just want to know... Ooh, what have we got? What have we got that won't bleed? Where's my... Oh, here's my pen box. Right next to me, amazingly enough. Where's my PN pen? There we go. I'm addicted to this pen. This is a really good pen for writing and lettering and stuff like that. It's a Micron PN. It's a plastic nib pen. If you're familiar with Beryl handwriters, it's like a very fine point version of that. I love Beryl handwriters. Okay, so just because I do tend to not write straight on the page, but I don't really care if it's completely wonky, I'm just going to do that. So I've got an area to write in. I can write in straight lines. I'm writing at a funny angle, so could go anywhere. Oh, how did I end up on that page? I don't even know what that is. Did I? Oh, there we go. Saguaro. Oh, Oh, I've missed drawing on this paper. Saguaro. Oh, that went ugly. Never mind. Doesn't matter. It's an S. Okay, Saguaro Cactus. Carnegie Gigantea. Big ass cactus. Grows up to 40 feet. Tall. Native to Sonoran Desert. Arizona. The Sonoran State in Mexico. Ah, okay. Sonoran State in Mexico. And some areas of California. Saguaro blossom is the state flower of Arizona. Okay, that's an interesting tidbit. Let's put a box in here into which, ooh, that was not a box. Blossom is the state flower of Arizona. Long lifespan up to over 150 years. Wow. I'll see you, Meg. Over 150 years lifespan. Live over 150 years. Grow their first sidearm at 75 years old. First sidearm grows at, actually it says 75 to 100 years old. So a third of its way through its life before it actually grows any. Man, these are old. That must be so... Wow. Some never grow any. Some never grow any. Arms are developed to increase the plant's reproductive capacity. Oh. As apices lead to fruit and flowers. Oh, I wonder if it's edible. Probably not, it's a cactus. Saguaro can absorb and store considerable amounts of rainwater, visibly expanding in the process. Right, so that's... Yes, they do get bigger and spongier, full of water. Survive periods of drought. Well, it's cactus, we know that. Saguaros have been a source of food and shelter for humans for thousands of years. Sweet red-fleshed fruits can be turned into syrup. The ribs are used as building materials in wood-poor deserts. Oh, interesting. I wonder what the ribs are. Do you think these lines going up are the ribs? I wonder what it looks like inside if you cut a cross section. I wonder if it's like ribbed like that with flesh in between. Or if it's more like a cross segment of an orange with sections kind of going into the middle. I need to know these things now. See? I need to know. I have to know. Turned into reds, into syrup. The ribs are used as wood. Da 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 da. Estimated age of Saguaro cactus based on their height. So this is a one-story building, so that's 10 feet, right? So 10, maybe 15 feet. So this is 15 feet. A 15-foot tree would be, well, 10 feet is 41 years, 20 feet is 83 years, so somewhere around 60. This cactus is somewhere around 60 years old. So on this page, I will put a marker there. 30 feet approx. Equals 60 years. Large root network that expands up to 30 feet. Wow. With long tap roots. Ah, so they grow in a train. Like potatoes. Is it potatoes? I don't know. Anyway. Da, da, da. Oh, here we go. Inside the saguaro, many ribs of wood form something like a skeleton, with the individual ribs being as long as the cactus itself and up to a few meters in diameter. The rib wood itself is also relatively dense, with dry ribs having a density of 27 pounds per cubic foot. That's essentially pine wood. Interesting. Ribs are used as wood, so the ribs run up through entire cactus, forming a skeleton of solid, let's put it wood in inverted commas, because it's not really wood, but it's wood-like. The ribs of dead plants are not... the ribs are extremely useful to indigenous people in building materials. While the ribs of the dead plants are not protected by the Arizona native plant law, the Arizona Department of Agriculture has released a memo discussing when written permission is needed before harvesting them, because of the importance of the decomposition of cactus remains in maintaining desert soil fertility. Because the natives, that's not a good way of putting it, the Native Americans or the indigenous people understand the land and the plants and how it works, and don't overwork the land like we do. Spines on a Saguaro. I just went into like Spanglish. A Saguaro Cactus are long and sharp and can grow up to 3 inches long. Ooh, you don't want one of them stuck in you. Oh! They can grow up to 3 inches long and they grow 1 millimetre a day. I was going to say up to 3 inches a day. It's a little dangerous. We'll stay away from those. Are they poisonous? I would think they're an irritant, aren't they? When held up to the light or bisected, alternating light and dark bands traverse the long axis of the spines. So the spines are 3 inches long with black and white stripes. The spines can cause significant injury to animals. They're as strong as steel needles. They're not barbed, but the length can lead to complicated injuries internally. Oof. Yeah, I would imagine an animal would scratch at it and either break it off or push it further in. Oof. Not barbed, but sharp and dangerous. There's the flowers. There we go. There's the flowers. That's what the flowers look like. So let's do a little quick Saguaro Cactus flower. So we've got a little trumpet thing here. It was almost like a daffodil. It's got little things coming out of the middle there. It's got little circular dots all around here. And it's got these petals coming out. Can I be bothered to count how many petals? No. Does it matter? No, not really. So just put approximately a lot of petals. There we go. And it comes down from a tubular-like thing there with lines on. That's got an occasional bit of green, which I assume is what's left of the bud enclosure. There you go. April to June. Opening after sunset. Pollination is produced by extremely numerous stamens, sorry, these stringy bits coming out the middle, which kind of got lost. There we go. Big stringy bits coming out the middle. Main pollinators. Main pollinators are honeybees, bats. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Bats are night creatures. Bats go for nectar and sweet thing. Yeah, okay, I can understand that. They probably eat the berries, the fruits, and white-winged doves. I'm going to have that damn song going through my head all evening now. White-winged doves. Other diurnal pollinators are the Costa hummingbird. Sponsored by Costa. Not sponsored. Not sponsored at all. We just drink a lot of coffee. Better not lean up against one for a photo. No. And definitely don't hug it. Absolutely not. Stand back and go, "Hello, cactus. Hi." Woodpeckers make their homes in them, apparently. Oh, finches eat the flowers. There's the berries. I wonder if they're related to those cactuses that look very much like that, where they're like a little bulb and they have little ears coming off them. I wonder if they're related to those kind of cactuses. Da 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 da. Don't need to know about that. In 1982, a man was killed after damaging a Saguaro cactus. Was he from Florida? He was shooting and poking at the Saguaro cactus in an effort to make it fall. An arm of the cactus... You couldn't make it up. An arm of the cactus weighing 230 kilos or 500 pounds. That's a big arm. Fell onto him, crushing him and his car. The trunk of the cactus then also fell on him. I mean, can we chalk that one up to natural selection? I think we probably can. There are no mandates. Oh, contrary to published statements, there are no mandates. No law mandates a prison sentence of 25 years for cutting down a cactus. However, it is considered a class 4 felony with 3 years, with a possible 3-year, 9-month maximum sentence. We got to put that in there somewhere. Let's put that here. It is a class 4 felony to cut down a... Oh, I spelt it wrong. There we go. Saguaro cactus with a 3-year, 9-month prison sentence. Should we put this up like... Let's make this like a bit of a torn piece of paper, shall we? Kind of make it like a wanted poster. I can't do cowboy text without looking it up, so I'll do that later, and I'll just put warning across here, but in like the wanted text. I'll have to look it up though, I can't do that off the top of my head. So that was a fun sojourn. So that's something you can do with these crazy pages that you can't really do anything else on. Oh, and we'll put on here let's do kind of a wooden notice kind of thing, like that. And it says here that Saguaro date back Saguaro reports. Saguaro date back. Yeah, I've messed that up, haven't I? Saguaro. Yeah, just crossed it out. There we go. Reports. Date back to the Coronado expeditions of 1540 to 42, used as food, timber, apparently for wine making, and fodder for the animals by the indigenous peoples. There we go. That was fun. Didn't know you'd learn about Saguaro Cactus today, did you? No, you didn't. All because I said, what are those line things? But one of the questions I get asked the most when I do Copic drawings or alcohol marker drawings is, what do you do with the page on the back? Well, that's what I do with the page on the back. I mean, if it really bothers you that you can see the bee through the back, you can always stick a piece of paper over it and write on the piece of paper, but that's just a waste of paper, isn't it? Okay, let's draw this here cactus. So it's got kind of shading here, and then it's lighter and the lines are way more spaced out. So, and this comes round here, kind of, that's a hole there with almost like a pine knot. And these lines are not straight, they're just kind of like that. Okay, got some shading in here. Got a lot of shading in here and down here. Firm up some of these lines here. Got a lot of shading in there. And in here. This is not quite so defined because it's against the sky, so I'm not going to worry about that so much. It's really where it's in front of the building that I want to make it. Got some shading in here as well. Give this some definition here. There we go. Got a bit of shading on this side here. And some here. It seems to be where it's puckered in. Perhaps where it's lost water. Where it's got the most shading. I'm so curious to know what they look like inside. You know I'm going to be on Google later looking it up, don't you? It's a cross section of a Saguaro cactus. Yes, I am that nerd. Do you have Markers Sketchbook on your shop link? The Ohuhu Markers are on my shop link. On my Amazon shop link. The Sketchbook I do not have on my Amazon shop link because you can't get it on Amazon here. I have to get it from America, which is a pain in the butt. You can probably get it on Amazon America, Amazon US. Because, in fact, you can probably... The art alternatives are available all over the place. You can probably get it in your local Michaels or Blix. It's the Art Alternatives 5.5 by 8. It's the same people who do the really big stupid sketchbook that's 600 pages that we also can't get here. And I desperately want. One day, I'll have a million patrons. And I'll go and buy a really big 600-page sketchbook and a ton of these. We've got a way to go yet. Patreon link down below. Oh. The Ohuhu markers are, I've got the I bought 3 sets. I've got they're all brush sets. I've got the Brights, which is a set of 48. I've got the 48 set of skin tones, and I've got the, I think it's 36 set of pastels. I don't have the full 320. I would love the full 320 in the brush markers, but I don't have them. But I've got a nice set of, I've got a really good set. I've got about 100 here. Bit more. So 48, 48. 48, 48 and 36. 80, 90, 120-ish I've got. Plus I've got my Copics. For general sketching, obviously for professional work, I prefer the Copics. Much prefer the Copics to the Ohuhus, because you can get so much better blending and everything from them. But in terms of just working in my sketchbooks, the Ohuhus are perfectly serviceable. I love the Ohuhus. They're very juicy, and if you have any problems with them, I've seen people leave reviews for the Ohuhus where they're like, oh, they dried up in a week and oh, they leaked here and there and everywhere. Well, yeah, a couple of mine leaked when I first got them, and I emailed Ohuhu and said, are they supposed to do this? Because I don't think they are. And they sent me replacements. Just like that. No question. Just, I sent them a picture of the pooling everywhere and went, it's not supposed to do this, is it? And they said, oh no, tell us what colour number it is, we'll send you a replacement. And they did. And when I looked at the paperwork on it, actually it says on there, if you have any problems whatsoever with your markers, contact us and we will replace them. So all these people who go on YouTube and go, oh, well, mine dried up. They didn't read the fine print that says, if you've got any problems, just let us know. I love companies who are so confident in their products that they're like, yeah, we'll just, any problems, just let us know. We'll replace them. I'm just doing a little bit of basic shading here and there for the cactus. The cactus is the star of this picture, let's face it, it's not the building. Let's see, we've got that kind of a rib thing going on across these and across this. Oh, hey Luna! You're colouring. Awesome. Hey Blonde. Blondie Jen. Thank you. This is a photo. Give her a shout out. This is a photo by Melissa Malakey. She's a really good artist. Go check her out on Instagram. But this was actually just a photograph that she took from somewhere that she went. Used to be a movie set apparently, and now it's an actual ghost town type place. I was really taken with this cactus. And we did, for those of you who missed the first bit, we did a bee. We did a bumblebee in Copic and pencil. Colour pencil. I keep saying Copic. It's a Ohuhu marker and colour pencil. And then I got sidetracked into learning about Saguaro cactuses. So we learned about Saguaro cactuses. You got your art on Insta too. You've got your art on it. Have you got an Instagram account, Luna? Is she gone? That may not be our Luna. That's just occurred to me. I do tend to assume that, you know, anybody with a name that I recognise is the same person. Might not be our Luna, but apparently Luna and Journaling with Love is on Instagram. There you go. Go give her a follow. I can feel myself getting more and more detailed with this because this is what I love to do. I like mixed media. I like playing with paints and colours and markers and everything else, but man, you give me a nice sheet of smooth white paper and a ballpoint pen and I could sit here and do this for years. I think basically, yeah, I think I'm good with that now. I'll just make it up the rest. So essentially we are doing these small ones. So essentially we're putting the shading on that side plus any overlap. So let's do this one. So we've got a bit of shading mostly on this side. Gets darker towards the bottom in this funnel area and onto the stem, which is good because that makes those stand out. Wherever this thing arm dents in, it's got shading like that. And then it's got these lines that go the full length of the cactus. Now I don't want to get too into drawing every single line, and then it's kind of fuzzy at the top, so let's just kind of make it fuzzy like that. Make it darker on this side because it is the shaded side. There we go. Fade that out. Fade this out. And on to the next. Now Hey Rach. Speaking of art, I finally uploaded my African land snail. Yay! Finally! Okay, now these ones are a little bit more wood defined and a little bit wider apart. So I'm going to use this sort of width down here on the main body, and then just a little bit thinner on these big arms at the bottom. Okay, so this side is going to be in shadow. I must remember to blink. When you start seeing spots in front of your eyes, you're not blinking enough. Okay, this one's going to have similar to that. And then this is going to be shaded here. And this is going to be shaded around this side. And then this is just more of the same up here. Hi Scoob, what are you doing? Getting lost in the process now. We're getting lost in the process too. It's fun. My hand's getting a little bit cramped because I'm a grabber with my pen. Okay. I like it. Picasso. Cool. Now we can firm up the building a bit. Maybe we should say shore up the building a bit. Oh, I'm funny. Okay. Yeah, of course. Where it hits the building, it's going to be at an angle, isn't it? like that. Okay, the building comes down here like that. Okay. Ooh. What time are we on? 20 past 8. Oof. What have we done? 3 hours? Crikey. Okay, this has something grown out of it. This is a water tub. One of those wooden water tub things. Barrel, that's the word I was looking for. Barrel. actually had a band around it, which was black, so I'm going to assume that was cast iron. And then it had something grown out of it that was kind of like bush shaped, so we'll just give it a kind of a that sort of shape. Like that. No idea what it is, but it was kind of spiky and leafy. All kinds of weird things grow in the desert, so we're just gonna make it kind of look like a plant. And then this was dark in there. Okay, this needs a top. This has got an extra panel down there. eyes are going squiffy. Might be time to stop in a minute. Okay, now the rest of it can pretty much be done without any major rendering, because this is just a plant with dark pointy leaves. Don't even know what kind of plant it is. It's just a plant that's sitting in the middle of the something or other, looking spiky. So I think we can literally just put in some details and a few dark patches, and then let's colour the whole thing in like that. That'll do. This is a brick, so again, not much to do here, just putting some brick-like texture here and there, bit of shading. A good way of getting man-made and natural objects to stand out against each other is to use curvy organic lines for the natural objects, and then very straight or angular lines for everything for the man-made objects. And then like this rock, it's kind of a bit of both, so it's angular but it's curved angular. So I didn't just do a rounded corner, I did kind of an angle on it, and then a bit of a chip there, and a couple of straight lines, and a bit of a chip there, a few straight lines. You know, it's all, so it looks natural, but at the same time it looks like it might have been chiseled into a shape. Whereas this piece of wood is going to be very flowy and organic shaped, and maybe it's buried a bit, and then follow the shapes with the lines for the shading. I honestly can't remember if there's any shadows cast on the ground. I don't think there were. But I'm going to do some judicial shadowing. If you're not sure if there's shading, you can just put shading where things would touch the ground, and then it looks like they're on the ground rather than, like this plant looks like it's floating in midair, this one doesn't. So you can just come in with some maybe do some pebbles. Give weight to the bottom edge of the pebbles. And that'll make it look like they're sitting on the ground, and then that looks, you don't have to worry about shadows and stuff, or doing the whole ground. I think I missed a bit there. I think it was supposed to be, I think the fence was then on top of a plinth, but I don't really care. I don't care enough to worry about that. These two are actually sat next to each other, so we could maybe connect them by adding a pebble or two. There we go. Maybe have these lines coming across. Connect all of this, and then maybe put a pebble down here as well. And then the building, one side of the building is light, one side of the building is dark, so that's simple. We'll just do shading on one side of the building, making sure that our cactus stands out in front of everything as we go. Now the corner of the building, there's also bricks on the building. It's a red brick building, so we can put some brick textures in here like this. And a few over here, just so that we know that this is also brick. A couple of lone bricks on their own in places. Of course it continues on over here, so we can do the same over here a little bit. And then because the building is darker than everything else, this side of the building is really dark. This side of the building is not going to be as dark. So I'm going to use vertical lines, but I'm going to space them out a bit more than they were on the other side. And fade them off. Also doing them lighter. So you get kind of a light and dark shading effect. Don't forget to do in between these struts because this has not got a roof. So now the whole building looks dark, but one side looks darker. But it doesn't look quite dark enough. And I want this cactus to stand out more. So, whoops, I'm going to grab a thicker black pen. Where's my thick black ballpoint gone? Where are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. Here it is. Oh, I don't think this is my thicker one, but it will do. It's thicker, it's not thick. Yeah, that'll do. So I'm just going to go back over this one, this side, with my thicker pen, because it's now double layered and I'm using a thicker pen. It will appear even darker than if I'd just gone over it with that one again. To get this dark with that pen, I would have had to go over it like 3, maybe 4 times. I don't have patience for that. These bits here, where some of it is tree and some of it is cactus and some of it is not, I'm going to add to the depth here where it's dark with the thicker pen. Just gives some better outlines there like that. See, now we can see that the cactus is definitely stood in front of everything else. I'm going to use the same black pen to do the planks, because the planks, I don't want to get it confused with this. At the moment it looks like the same surface, but I don't want it to be. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful, but not massively, because they're wooden. So they'll have warped in the heat. They might not have been cut straight in the first place, depends how old they are. I think they could stand to be a little bit darker as they come towards the centre of the picture, so I'm going to go over them again, just in this middle section. Let it fade off. And thicker lines on top and on bottom of these beams, because by doing that you can fool your perspective eye. So you can, by putting a deeper line at the bottom, it looks like you're looking up at it, but you can't really see the bottom of the plank. Like if you think about it, it's square, right? But you can see the front of it very well, but you can only see a little bit of the underneath, but it's in shadow. And then on the top here, same thing. Even though it's not in shadow, it's easier to make it just a really thick line, and it gives you the idea of depth going backwards in space, like it's a flat surface. And you don't have to worry about doing really thin bars at the top of your wood or anything like that. It reads correctly. I'm just going to darken up some of these so we get a contrast between the cactus and the wood. Especially on this side, they're a lot darker, so make sure we don't have any white spaces on this edge. Now that sign, Baldwin's Mining Company. So Baldwin Mining. I'm just writing across what I've drawn. That way I can see. Now it's supposed to be. Oh, hey Nicole. Listening while at work. Just what you needed. Hope you're well. Yes, we're well. Are we hot? No, we were yesterday. We've been dying for a couple of days. It's been brutal. We hit 100 degrees. This is unheard of. But today it's been beautiful. 21 degrees, light breeze, a little bit of cloud. It's perfect July weather. And we've got this for the rest of the week with a little bit of rain here and there, which is exactly what we need at the moment. It's beautiful. Hearing out about how hot it is. Yeah, it is hot. I'm not saying it's not hot, and I'm not saying it's not hotter than usual. But the main reason everybody's hearing about it is because we actually hit 100 degrees on the weather map. It's not unusual for, like, on a really hot day for, like, the inner cities where it's built up and the heat and the cars and everything else. It can be 45 degrees in London. But it's very, very rare that we actually get on the weather map that it says we've hit 40 degrees. We have in several places. It was 38 in the shade in my yard yesterday, which is 100.4 apparently. I looked it up. It's never been 38 in the shade in my yard, ever, until yesterday. Even the day before, when it was still 38 degrees, it was cooler in the shade. But yesterday it wasn't. It was awful yesterday. My favourite pen? This one. Yeah, I love the Bics. I like the fact that they're all different sizes. My current go-to, especially for writing, because you know me, I've got the smallest writing in the world, are the new Bic Exacts. These are lovely. Oh, we made the New York Times headlines. Oh, wow. Okay. We know we've made it because we made the LA Times as well. LA Times, 100 degrees in the shade. We'll know we've really made it when we make the front page of the Dallas News. Because the Texans are like, that's a February morning for us. But, you know, we'll just wait till it snows and all their electricity stops and they don't know how to keep the houses warm. And we'll go, oh, yeah. Really? That's just February afternoon for us. Two can play at your game. Yeah, I love the Bics. This is my go-to for writing because it's got the red, the blue and the pencil. I just wish it didn't have this bit. I don't like this bit. But you can't get them with the regular barrels with the pencil. I could probably swap the pencil out into one of the regular barrels, but... Or I wish this was just the same size as the regular barrels. But it isn't. I think it's slightly taller to accommodate the pencil, actually. But yeah, this is definitely my favourite writing carry about. In fact, it's usually there in my journal, my planner. This is the one I like to sketch with most. This is the round stick. And something about the round stick medium and something about the ink in this, it's just grayer. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just grayer. So when you, like there, that's as dark as that will go in there with this pen. But if I go back in with this one, I can make it darker. A lot darker. So this one actually works more like a pencil to draw with, which is great. The snow thing happened in Texas already. Yeah, 2 years ago. Everything fell apart. They had no heating for weeks. They had no lighting. People were literally dying in their homes because they couldn't get warm. But they'll sit there and laugh at us when we're dying in 40-degree heat because we don't have any aircon. It's called What You're Used To. Posh word, acclimatization. I think we're done. Oh, we're not. No. I got distracted. I haven't finished the sign. The sign is supposed to be black with white writing, but ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm going to do it black writing, and then I'm going to shade it so that it looks like it's darker. Ooh. Oh, hello, Boo. Cold nose on my leg. Must be tea time. Is it tea time, Boo? Is it tea time, Doobie-Doo? Hey, sweetness. Do you want your tea? Just give me a minute. I won't be long. Mama's nearly done. Promise. And when I say nearly done, I don't mean an hour and a half like I did the other day. Okay? I promise I'm nearly done. We're on the clock, guys. Scooby wants his dinner. I think I'm going to darken that up across there as well a little bit, just to make it a little bit more stand-outy. Of course, nobody would put a sign halfway down a roof where you can't then read the sign, but do I care? No. Is anybody going to actually... Well, my dad would. My dad would say that. My dad would say, why did they build the roof thing across the sign there? And then I'll have to explain, Dad, it's artistic license. I didn't have a wide enough page, so I moved the sign from over here to over there. That's how it works. Then he'll give me a lecture on how next time I should do this, 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 and this. And then it will look right. Because that's my dad. Yep. That's good. Okay. So to give this a different kind of feel, I'm going to go more angular with the pen, and I'm going to give it more of a shaded in. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Rather than looking like lines, it's not going to look like lines, it's going to look more like colouring in with a pencil. Which you can't do with these. For some reason, they don't go down far enough. That's Texas. Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas, including the egos. Whereas all the Australians, who are also used to that kind of heat, they're all like, oh no, you're not used to that, are you? That must be awful for you because you don't have any air conditioning. You're like, yeah, no, it's terrible. How are you enjoying the snow? And they're like, we're not. Can we swap? I don't want to give it a blue sky, because there was nothing in the sky. There was nothing in the sky. I don't want to give it blue sky. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to do this again. And just kind of give this a bit of texture. I'm not really colouring it in. I'm just kind of... I don't even know if this will show up on camera. But I'm just kind of giving it a bit of shading. Like that. See? So it stands out as opposed to the sky. So now it's light up there. It's dark down here. Obviously that's sky. But now it's a clear blue sky. Because it's clear. There's nothing there. There's no clouds. So it must be a blue sky, right? Your brain fills in the rest. Your brain is very, very clever. So that's kind of cool. I like it. I'm going to stop there because my dog, my puppy dog, he wants his dinner. My puppy dog. Hi, puppy dog. Hi, Boo. He wants his dinner. This will be, and the bee, will be part of the $5 rewards over on Patreon for my sketchbook pieces. So I've decided, like, the sketchbook pieces that you guys get, because the Saturday Art Club get my work from the Saturday class, so from the tutorial, anything I've done in the tutorial, plus any explanatory notes they need. The $5 section get sketchbook pages, but I figure I might, if I'm going to spend the time doing these, you might as well have them, right? So I'll do these as sketchbook pages. Obviously I will edit it somewhat so that this, I mean, there's no reason why you can't have that, but I'm sure people would prefer not to have that. So I will edit out that, which is easy enough. I will probably just get rid of these bits here and then put the actual bee in that section instead. Plonk him there. Move that over there, plonk the bee there. Job done. So, this, of course, is marker with pencil on top and a little bit of white gel pen. And yes, it bled through on the paper. Of course it did, because it's alcohol marker. Alcohol marker bleeds through everything except proper marker paper. And by proper marker paper, I don't mean Canson marker paper or Ohuhu marker paper. I mean proper render sketchbook type marker paper. Molotov do a book as well, which is just as cheap. It's cheaper, actually, and you can get it in the UK. But I hate the paper. I'd rather use it on normal paper and have the bleed through. But this is what I do with my bleed through pages. I just write over them, or stick stuff over them, or paint over them. No need to worry about alcohol markers, really. Did a lot of doodling today, despite the interruptions from the day job. Awesome! Yeah, I really like the cactus. The cactus came out really well. I love that. Could do with just making sure that this pops out in front of that tree limb, like that. And shade this a bit to knock it back. There we go. Now the cactus is in front. So there you go. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will be back next Wednesday. Is it? Oh, am I back next Wednesday? Let me just double check, because there's one Wednesday I won't be streaming on a Wednesday. I don't think it's next Wednesday. What are we on? The 20th, right? So yeah, the 27th next week I'm streaming on Wednesday, but the week after I'm streaming on Friday. No. Next week I'm streaming on Wednesday. The week after I'm streaming on Thursday. Because I'm killing two birds with one stone on that one. I've got something planned for the Wednesday, so I can't stream on the Wednesday, but my patron class can't do their hangout on Thursday either, so I'm going to stream on Thursday instead. And that deals with everything. Still too hot there. Yeah, Mika's just sat listening and breathing. She said, just listening and breathing. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next week. Can I make that a thumbnail, do you think? Yeah, I can probably make that a thumbnail. I could actually just take a photo of it while I've got the light on. Could actually just take a photo. Oh, let me see. Put it over there in the light a little bit more. I'll take that one. Take this one, and then I'll do the same with the thumbnail and put the bee in that space on the thumbnail. Cool. I'm really pleased with how he came out. He's really cute. Still 28 inside. You need to open some windows, Mika. Or just go and stand in the fridge or something. I don't know. Okay, let me see if I can remember how to shut this thing down. Thank you all for joining me. See you next week. Bye, guys.